Joining us now, someone else looking at it very seriously, Democratic Congressman of Massachusetts and 2020 presidential candidate Seth Moulton, who is also a member of the Armed Services Committee.
Congressman, welcome. You have all this unrest happening with our foreign adversaries, like North Korea, things going on with Iran. There's an ongoing situation that isn't turning out as the administration planned in Venezuela. You are one of the candidates really who's running on your experience as a foreign policy expert. But the reality is voters seem to have plenty of other issues to care about. How do you make foreign policy, your area of expertise, a major concern for voters?
You know, as I've been traveling around the country and listening to voters on the ground, their number one concern is beating Donald Trump. They can see every single day what a threat he is to our democracy at home. I mean, the fact that we're just talking about constitutional crisis right now on TV, and the threat he is to instability around the globe. And I think it's critical to take him on where he's weakest, which is not just his job as president, but his job as commander-in-chief. That's the most important thing to voters, and that's why I'm in this race, to challenge him in his job as commander-in-chief. He's clearly lost moral authority all around the globe and with many people here at home. It now looks like he's completely losing control of his own administration.
That might be the priority for Democratic voters, but if you're actually going to be the next president, you got to get more than that. Your political action committee, Serve America, endorsed 21 of those 40 seats that flipped blue in the 2018 election. These are candidates that are veterans who appealed to conservative voters who might not vote for Trump a second time around. I'm assuming you are still focused on many of those voters. As you have traveled around the country, what is it that you're focusing on with them? What are you telling them, and what are they telling you they care about? Because their number one priority is not to defeat Donald Trump.
Well, what they want is a country that is safe and strong and secure. They want a commander-in-chief that we can actually trust. They want leaders they can trust. And those kinds of leaders are exactly who they sent to Congress in this amazing midterms. A lot of those 21 leaders are veterans. They're people who have made a case to American voters, especially those independent voters, voters who went for Obama and then switched to Trump, that they will put the country first. They'll put the country before politics. They'll put the country before political party. And that's exactly the kind of leadership that we need right now in America.
What about the president who often touts that he's responsible for this great economy? Stephanie said it very well about half an hour ago when she said, you know, we've got to be careful about calling it a great economy or a bad economy. For some people, it's fantastic. For some people, the profile of the economy is exactly as it was before Donald Trump got elected. What do you say to people about the economy and what you do with it?
Well, the first thing I'm doing is listening. And when you listen to people on Wall Street, they will tell you that the economy is great. I'm sure all of Trump's friends are telling him that the economy is doing really well for them. But when you go to these parts of the country that we have to win back, the places where I campaigned for people in the midterms who actually helped flip the House and regain Democratic control, that's where you'll meet voters who will say the economy is not really working. They're not on unemployment rolls because they have jobs, but they have 2 or 3 jobs just to pay the bills and put food on the table.
Congressman, what do you deliver for them? Because the truth is, Wall Street didn't vote for President Trump last time around. They're his new quiet supporters, those people who are telling you things aren't working for them. President Trump said, I'm going to make them work. Now, he hasn't, but they still have that problem. You're listening to them. What's your prescription to solve their problem?
I think they want 2 things. One, they want a tax system that's actually fair. It's not fair that people on Wall Street are paying lower tax rates than people who are in these hardworking jobs, even working 2 or 3 jobs. You know, one of the questions I sometimes ask people is, you know, raise your hand if you paid more than $1 in taxes this past year. And of course, the whole room, I mean, anyone who has a job is raising their hands. I say, you know, it's interesting. You paid more than Amazon.
Okay,
Think
you
about that.
diagnosed
Think about
the
a tax
problem.
system. So that's one.
What's
and then the
solution?
second thing is, well, So we're going to equalize rates. We're going to actually have a tax system that's fair so that if you're working a hard job, you're paying a comparable rate to what people are paying for sitting in a Wall Street desk and investing their money. But the second thing is that we have to embrace the new jobs because the old jobs are just not coming back. Donald Trump ran on a promise to kick out the immigrants, to go back into the coal mines. It was a completely backwards-looking economic picture. And what people are realizing is it's not working. We still don't have those jobs. Those old jobs have not come back. So what we need to do is win the future. That means making sure that everybody in America has a job in the new economy, not the world, not the old. That means not promising them work, like a jobs guarantee or a handout like universal basic income. People don't want a handout. They want a good job. They want the skills to work in this new economy. So what I'm talking about is a skills guarantee, not a job guarantee. It means more seats in vocational schools. It means more seats in places where we actually need apprenticeships, because those are the jobs in the new economy. Electricians and plumbers are doing great. A lot of kids need to be inspired to do those jobs too. You know, I have a 6-month-old daughter. She's not thinking about the new economy yet, but a lot of Democrats just have a one plan for her. They say she's going to go to college. Well, I don't actually know if she's going to want to go to college or build the college or defend the college. But I know one thing, I'm going to be proud of her no matter which role she chooses. And she might even choose more than one. And I think America should be proud of her too. That's the message that resonates with a lot of these people who voted for Obama and then voted for Trump because it's not working for them and they need change.
Congressman, usually the second biggest issue, if it's not defeating Donald Trump for Democrats, is health care. You've stated that you are not for Medicare for all. You're one of the few who is not for some sort of a universal solution. What's your alternative suggestion? Because what we have now doesn't work.
What we have now doesn't work at all. And I'm the only candidate in this race who actually gets a Medicare for all-like plan because I have single-payer health care through the VA. I made a commitment to continue going to the VA when I was elected to Congress. I said, as long as my fellow Marine veterans are going there, I'm going to go there too. And I can tell you it's not a perfect system. So let me be clear. I believe that health care is a right. Everybody in America should get health care. But I'm not going to force people onto a one-size-fits-all government health care plan designed in 1963. That's Medicare for all. I actually think we'd be much better if a Medicare for all-like program, a more modern version, a public option, which is what President Obama wanted from the very beginning, competed against private options. So if you have a private health care plan that you like, and you say, oh, look, I look at these veterans, they're not getting good health care at the VA, I don't want to go into that, I want to keep my private plan, then that's great. But just so you know, that private plan is going to have to compete against a public plan, and may the best win. It will bring down prices, bring down premiums, bring down prescription drug prices, and improve outcomes for everybody. I mean, that's basic market competition that has always made this country strong. If it works for other places, it should work in healthcare. I mean, sometimes people think about the Postal Service, right? The Postal Service is a big government monopoly. Imagine how much worse the Postal Service would be if it didn't have to compete against FedEx and UPS. Yet that's what proponents of Medicare for all are advocating. They're saying that, no, we're going to push UPS and FedEx out of the market. You're going to have one choice if you want a mail package. It's going to be the U.S. Postal Service. What a better system we have, that we have some competition and consumers have choice. If we have it for sending packages, we should have it in healthcare as well.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.